Emma had spent years believing she was the greatest disappointment in her family's life. At just 28, she had already endured a painful marriage that ended after doctors told her she could never have children. Instead of standing beside her, her husband divorced her within weeks. But what hurt even more was the reaction of her own parents. "You have no future," her father said coldly. "No man wants a woman who can't become a mother," her mother whispered, when a wealthy businessman offered money in exchange for Emma marrying his elderly business partner to settle a financial deal. Her parents accepted without hesitation. They didn't ask Emma, they simply sold her future. Heartbroken, Emma packed a small suitcase and left home that night, before the arrangement could happen. With only a few dollars in her pocket, she boarded the first bus leaving the city. She had no destination, only tears. Hours later, during heavy rain, the bus stopped because of engine trouble. Passengers stepped outside while mechanics inspected the vehicle. Emma quietly sat alone on a bench, soaked by the rain, trying not to cry. That was when a black luxury car pulled over. The driver rushed to open the rear door. Out stepped Daniel Carter, one of the country's most respected CEOs. Though newspapers called him successful, few people knew how lonely he really was. He had built hospitals, funded schools, and donated millions anonymously. Yet after losing his wife to cancer years earlier, he had lived almost entirely for his work. As he walked toward a nearby cafe, he noticed Emma sitting in the rain, shivering without even trying to find shelter. Something about her sadness reminded him of himself. Instead of ignoring her, Daniel removed his expensive coat and gently placed it over her shoulders. "You'll get sick," he said softly. Emma looked up in surprise. "I don't deserve your kindness," she whispered. Daniel smiled. "Kindness isn't something people earn. It's something we choose." Those words broke the wall around Emma's heart. For the first time in years, someone had spoken to her like she mattered. Daniel invited her inside the cafe for coffee. He never asked embarrassing questions. He simply listened slowly. Emma shared everything: her failed marriage, the infertility diagnosis, and how her own parents tried to trade her away for money. Daniel sat silently for several moments. Then he quietly said, "They may have rejected you, but your worth has never depended on having children." Emma couldn't stop crying. Before leaving, Daniel handed her a business card. "If you ever need honest work, come to my company the next morning." Emma did exactly that. She expected a small cleaning job. Instead, Daniel offered her a position in the company's community outreach department because he believed compassionate people understood others better than anyone. Emma worked harder than anyone else. She treated every employee with respect. She helped struggling families who visited the company foundation. She stayed late whenever someone needed help. Within months, everyone admired her kindness. Daniel admired something even deeper: her strength, unlike many people attracted to his wealth. Emma never asked for expensive gifts. She thanked cafeteria workers, remembered birthdays, volunteered on weekends. She made every room brighter simply by entering it. One evening, after opening a children's learning center together, Daniel finally confessed, "I thought I had lost the ability to feel happiness after my wife passed away." He looked at Emma. "But you've reminded me that love can return." Quietly, Emma lowered her eyes. "I'm afraid you'll regret choosing someone like me." Daniel gently took her hand. "I already have." Emma looked shocked. He smiled. "I choose you every single day." Months later, they married in a small ceremony, surrounded by employees, volunteers, and children whose lives had been changed through their charity work. No luxury spectacle, just love. After the wedding, reporters constantly asked one question: "When will you have children?" Daniel always gave the same answer: "Our family was complete the day we chose each other." The interview spread across social media. Millions praised his words. Inspired by Emma's compassion, the couple opened homes for abandoned children and scholarships for young women rejected by their families. One afternoon, several years later, Emma received an unexpected visitor. Her parents, their financial situation had collapsed. The people they once trusted had abandoned them. Ashamed, they stood outside the charity center. "We were wrong," her mother whispered through tears. "We only saw your ability to have children, never your heart." Emma remained silent. Years of pain filled her memories. Daniel stood quietly beside her. Finally, Emma smiled gently. "I forgive you." Her parents burst into tears. "But forgiveness doesn't erase the past," she continued softly. "It simply frees the future." Instead of revenge, Emma arranged medical care, food assistance, and a safe place for them to live. Not because they deserved it, because kindness had transformed her into someone who refused to return hatred with hatred. As they walked away together, Daniel whispered, "This is why I chose you." Emma smiled, "And this is why kindness always wins." Sometimes the people who reject us cannot see our true value. But the right person won't choose us because of what we can give. They'll choose us because of who we are, heart. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us reach more people with stories of hope, and kindness help us reach our first 1,000 subscribers and become part of our kindness family.